Good morning. Hello, this is Carla Michelle, and I am so happy that you're here with me. This is a Monday morning, and I'm going to be honest, I'm putting on my makeup while I am talking to you because that's the one thing I like about this recording. This is not a commercial, but it is Anchor that I love using, so I can do that. How are you? How have you been? How are things going? As always, I love checking in with you. I love hearing from you. Thank you for those who leave comments when you can. I heard that on Google, you're not able to rate the podcast, but on Apple, you are. But I love if you send me an email at hello@drcarlainc.com. I love it. I love it. I appreciate it. So, real quick, I want to get into this. What have you been giving up on? What have you given up on? What is it that you feel that's not going to happen? And you just said, you know what? Forget it. It's not what I thought. It's not going the way I planned. This is not happening. The job is not coming. The relationship I want, my kids are not acting the way I want them to. I'm not acting the way I want myself to. My body's not responding to the eating plan I'm on. But mind you, it's probably only been like a month. But hey, we want results. So what are you giving up on? What are you deciding to say this is not working? Well, I want you to rethink that this morning. I want you to rethink that. It's the first day of the week, and almost the last week of the month of May. What did you give up on in May? What did you give up on? May for me was manifesting an abundance of yeses. So I want to ask myself while I'm talking to you, did I manifest an abundance of yeses? I manifested a lot of yeses. So I'm going to say yes. Here I go again. Um, because there was yeses in a variety of ways. It wasn't the yes. It wasn't yeses. I guess what happens is that we want to see things happen the way that we see them in our minds. Or maybe we see how it happens for someone else. But our job is to put it out there, write it down. I don't if yours is affirmations, is it writing, is it prayer, is it telling somebody, is it put it in that application, is it fixing your resume, whatever it is. That is our job, is to make sure that we're ready. Is it building foundation? Is it ready for your clients? Is it ready for your employees? Is it ready for your boss? You're readying yourself, you're taking a class, you're making yourself ready. That's our job. What's not our job is how it's going to come to pass. That is not our job. How, when, in which form, that is not our job. And I think that's where we give up, is when we think it's supposed to happen a certain way, a certain time, a certain style. This, 1, 2, 3, very linear in the way that we expect for it to come to pass. But I think we set up ourselves for failure when we try to figure out how and when. I think we become more discouraged when we give it a timeline. I'm not saying you don't give it a timeline. I mean, that's just the point of, you could have a timeline. There's a lot of things that I've put on a timeline. Well, you know what? I'm going to say this. When it involves other people, sometimes that timeline could just lead you astray, because you cannot control other people. You cannot control, I mean, yes, you may be the parent of your children, but you really can't control them. They do have a mind. You could be in a relationship and kind of trying to push the relationship forward, but you're really not in control of someone else's timing and what they have in mind and the thing that they're working through. And you have to remember, even with promotions and job openings and that your application going to the top, don't you want it to be in the right timing, in the right way, in the right time that lines up with what you need for your life? I think about that when it comes to finances and money coming to me. And there's a sum of money coming to me, and I got a call, and they're like, "Hey, I didn't forget. I just wanted to take care of this, this, and this, so you wouldn't have to take care of that. So as soon as that is done, I'm going to send you some money." And they were like, "Well, I want to thank you for being so patient and waiting for it." And to me, in that, I mean, I'm very, I have to tell myself, I get it at the right time when I need it. It comes to me in the perfect timing. I rush nothing. I want everything to happen in the time that is due to happen. And then I also believe that all things work together for my good. And so even when that person says, "Hey, I'm sending you money, but I wanted to take care of some stuff so you don't have to," that's all things working out for my good. They're saving me a step. They're saving me time. Me they're doing for me something that I don't have to do for myself. And so I do patiently wait, and I'm happy to wait for the timing. And it's the thing about, well, especially when it comes to money and you need it now. I have been in a position where I needed it now. And then I think back now and I go, really, did I need it now? Because then it would have happened. I have people, I had years ago needed some money for something, and then just time passed, didn't have the money, had to make some adjustments, and someone calls me and said, "You know what, I really felt that I was supposed to give you some money. I'm sorry I didn't follow through." But then, and that at the time would be like, really? But then I think about it, I don't know, I think it just worked out. I think there's a time where I needed to not be rescued. I needed to learn something from not meeting that deadline. And I did. So you never know what the big story is. You never know what is really going on. You never know where this is taking you. You never know why it's delayed. You never know. And in the meantime, what do you need to work on when it comes to you? We're always pointing fingers at someone else or something else, or, oh, they this and this job that, and they don't see me. And but there's a reason sometimes you're not getting that promotion, because there could be a bigger thing at another company, right? There bigger opportunity. I've heard many times of, "Oh, they laid me off and I just worked so well." And then months later, I won't say months, but time later, they end up getting hired at another job with a better position, making more money. And the anger that they had towards the company that let them go disappears. Because they say, "You know what? I'm glad they didn't keep me. Because if I would have taken that position and gotten that promotion, I wouldn't have left for this. I wouldn't have gotten this job. And I would have not gotten the title, not received the title I really wanted, nor the money that I want." So timing is everything. Timing is everything. So don't give up. Get back on the horse. Get back on in your Porsche. Get back in there and really begin to believe again. You have to believe again. Believe again. Believe again. Believe that there's something opening for you. Believe that there's something happening for you. Believe the perfect situation is there for you. I know it is not the easiest thing, but it's the most perfect situation for you to trust the process and to trust yourself and to realize that it is not your job of how and when it comes. That you got to trust God. You got to trust that the world, the universe is working on your behalf, that all things, even if you cannot see them, are working out for your good. All right? This is Carla Michelle, short and sweet this Monday. And enjoy this last week. There's a 3-day weekend coming up, and I want you to know there is power in a pause, there's power in patience, because that is where you're primed, that is where you're pruned, and that is where you're prospered. All right. Remember, go ahead, give us this 5-star rating if you're an Apple user, and send me an email at hello.drcarlainc.com. Remember, we have group coaching September 1st. Go on to drcarlainc.com and sign up. I want to see you there. Okay, have a good one. Take care.